What if changing your life doesn't require becoming a completely different person, but simply letting go of the habits that are quietly destroying your potential? If you quit these 7 negative habits, you may be surprised by how quickly your mindset, confidence, productivity, relationships, and future begin to change. Welcome to the channel, and if you enjoy powerful stories and life-changing lessons, subscribe and support us. Now, let's begin. 1. Stop waiting for the perfect time. One of the most dangerous habits people develop is waiting for the right moment. Waiting until they have more money, waiting until they feel confident, waiting until they have more experience, waiting until life becomes easier. But here is the truth. The perfect time rarely comes. There will always be another problem, another responsibility, another reason to postpone your dreams. Imagine someone who wants to start exercising. They tell themselves, "I'll start Monday." Monday arrives. Then they say, "This week is too busy. I'll start next Monday." Weeks become months. Months become years. The same thing happens with studying, starting a business, learning a skill, improving relationships, or pursuing a dream. The person isn't necessarily lazy. They have simply developed the habit of waiting instead of acting. Successful people understand something simple. You don't need to feel ready to begin. You begin, and then you become ready. Take the first step while you're afraid. Write the first page before you know how the story will end. Apply for the opportunity before you feel completely qualified. Start with what you have, because progress doesn't come from perfect conditions. Progress comes from movement. When you stop waiting for the perfect moment, something powerful happens. You regain control of your life. Instead of watching opportunities pass by, you start creating opportunities yourself. Doing's more. 2. Stop comparing your life to other people. Another habit that silently destroys happiness is comparison. You open your phone and see someone traveling. Someone bought a house. Someone got married. Someone became successful. Someone looks happier. And suddenly, you look at your own life and feel like you're falling behind. But you're comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel. You don't see their failures. You don't see their fears. You don't see the nights they cried. You don't see the mistakes behind their success. You only see what they choose to show you. And even if their success is completely real, it doesn't mean your journey is supposed to look like theirs. A tree doesn't look at another tree and say, "Why am I not growing at the same speed?" It simply grows. Your life has its own timing. Your starting point is different. Your responsibilities are different. Your opportunities are different. Your battles are different. So instead of asking, "Why am I not where they are?" ask, "Am I further than I was yesterday?" That is the comparison that matters. When you quit comparing yourself to everyone else, you gain something incredibly valuable: peace. You stop chasing someone else's definition of success and begin building your own. No anistmando. 3. Stop making excuses. This habit is uncomfortable because it forces you to look in the mirror. It's easy to blame circumstances. My parents didn't support me. I didn't have enough money. I wasn't lucky. I didn't have the right connections. I don't have enough time. Sometimes these things are genuinely difficult. Life is not equally fair to everyone, but there is a difference between recognizing an obstacle and allowing that obstacle to become your identity. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control what you do next. Imagine 2 people facing the same problem. One says, "There is nothing I can do." The other says, "This is difficult. What can I do with what I have?" The situation may be identical, but their futures can become completely different. Taking responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything. It means refusing to give away your power. When you stop making excuses, you start looking for solutions. And when you start looking for solutions, you discover abilities you didn't know you had. Maybe you can't change your past. Maybe you can't control other people. Maybe you can't change your circumstances overnight, but you can change your next decision. And sometimes, one better decision repeated every day can completely change a life. 4. Stop consuming more than you create. Think about how much information enters your mind every day. Videos, shorts, social media, news, entertainment, other people's opinions. You can spend hours watching other people live while doing nothing to build your own life. This creates a dangerous illusion. You feel busy, you feel entertained, you feel informed, but you're not necessarily moving forward. There is nothing wrong with entertainment. The problem begins when consumption replaces creation. Instead of watching someone build a business, build something yourself. Instead of watching someone exercise, move your body. Instead of watching motivational videos for hours, take one action that the video inspired you to take. Instead of constantly consuming information, use what you already know, because knowledge without action has limited power. You don't need another 100 motivational videos. You may simply need to put your phone down and begin. Create something, write something, learn something, build something, practice something, help someone. Your life changes when you stop being only a spectator and start becoming a participant. 5. Stop seeking everyone's approval. There is a prison that has no walls. It is called the need for everyone's approval. You want everyone to like you. You worry about what people will say. You are afraid to try something because someone might laugh. You don't express your opinion because someone might disagree. You don't pursue your dream because your friends might think it's unrealistic. And slowly, without realizing it, you begin living a life designed by other people's opinions. But here's the problem. People will talk anyway. If you succeed, some people will criticize you. If you fail, some people will criticize you. If you change, some people will criticize you. If you stay the same, some people will criticize you. So why give them control over your life? You don't need everyone to understand your journey. You need to understand it yourself. You don't need everyone to believe in your dream. You need enough courage to keep working toward it. Of course, listen to constructive criticism. Learn from people who genuinely care about you, but don't confuse advice with permission. Your life is yours, and sometimes becoming the person you were meant to become requires disappointing people who preferred the old version of you. When you stop chasing approval, you become freer, you speak more honestly, you make decisions more confidently, and most importantly, you finally have the courage to become yourself. Nearly stickig clean. 6. Stop talking about your goals more than you work on them. This habit is subtle. You announce your plans. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to learn English. I'm going to change my life. You tell everyone. You imagine the future. You talk about the person you're going to become. And for a moment, you feel successful. But talking about a goal can create a temporary feeling of achievement without producing actual results. The world doesn't reward intentions. It rewards action. You don't become stronger by talking about going to the gym. You become stronger by showing up. You don't become successful by announcing your business. You become successful by building it. You don't become knowledgeable by saying you're going to study. You become knowledgeable by opening the book. So make a simple change. Talk less. Work more. Let your results introduce you. Let your discipline speak. Let your progress become the announcement. There is something powerful about quietly working while everyone else is wondering what you're doing. One day, they won't need an explanation. They'll see the result. 7. Stop giving up when progress is slow. And finally, perhaps the most important habit of all, quitting too early. Many people don't fail because they are incapable. They fail because they stop before their effort has had time to produce results. They exercise for 2 weeks and expect a new body. They study for a month and expect mastery. They start a business and expect immediate success. They post videos and expect thousands of views immediately. Then nothing happens. So they quit. But imagine planting a seed. You water it today. Tomorrow, nothing appears. You water it again. Still nothing. After a week, the ground looks exactly the same. Would you dig up the seed and say, "This doesn't work"? Of course not. You understand that growth is happening where you cannot see it. Your life can be the same. Sometimes you're improving before the results become visible. You're becoming more disciplined, more knowledgeable, more patient, more resilient, more capable. The results simply haven't caught up yet, so don't judge your entire future based on today's results. Keep going. Adjust when necessary. Learn from failure. Change your strategy if you need to. But don't confuse slow progress with no progress. Some of the greatest transformations happen quietly. Then suddenly, one day, people look at you and say, "Wow, you've changed." They won't see all those ordinary days when you kept going. But you will. And you'll know exactly how you got there. Non dai, no do wadathem. Non dai, non plenentfum. Thou known exactly how you got there. Now imagine what would happen if you removed these 7 habits from your life. You stop waiting for the perfect time. You stop comparing yourself to everyone else. You stop making excuses. You consume less and create more. You stop living for other people's approval. You stop talking about your goals and start working on them. And you stop quitting simply because progress is slow. Would your life change overnight? Probably not. Real transformation rarely happens overnight, but your direction would change immediately. And when your direction changes, your destination eventually changes too. You would wake up with more purpose. You would waste less time. You would become more confident. You would have greater control over your emotions and decisions. You would start respecting yourself more because you would finally see yourself keeping the promises you make to yourself. And perhaps the biggest change would happen inside your mind. You would stop asking, "Why isn't my life changing?" and start asking, "What can I change today?" That question can transform everything. So tonight, don't try to change your entire life at once. Choose one habit, the habit you know is holding you back the most, and start removing it. Tomorrow, choose another, then another, because your future isn't created by one enormous decision. It's created by thousands of small decisions, repeated over time. The person you want to become is already somewhere inside you, but sometimes becoming that person isn't about adding more. It's about removing what has been holding you back. Remove the excuses. Remove the fear. Remove the endless comparison. Remove the distractions. Remove the need for approval. Remove the habit of quitting. And slowly, you may discover something incredible. You were never incapable of changing your life. You were simply carrying habits that were making the journey harder than it needed to be. So let them go. Start today, not tomorrow, not next Monday. Today, because 1 year from now, you will wish you had started today. And remember, change your habits, and eventually your habits will change your life.